Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another edition of John Ammo's Archives, exclusively on YouTube. Now, I wanted to make one more video tonight. That's right, stop the press, call Fox News. John Ammo's making two videos in the same day, much to your enjoyment and pleasure, I know. I've been seeing some comments on my page and some comments on my Facebook page that I wanted to address. The first thing that you people need to realize when I make this video is that since 1999 and our drafting of Donovan McNabb, I have never started a rumor or made a video about Donovan McNabb going anywhere else. So the fact that I'm making this video right now is pretty significant, and I heard from a pretty good inside source that Mr. McNabb may in fact almost 85% not be back on the team next year. When there were rumors of Donovan McNabb going to the Bears, I paid no attention. When there were rumors of Donovan McNabb going to other places, I paid no attention. However, this time the source of these rumors are very, very convincing, and they're very strong. Now, addressing some of the comments on the last video I made regarding, oh, if you switch colors, you're not a real Eagles fan. If you wear a Cardinals jersey next year, you're not a real Eagles fan, yada, 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 yada. The first thing I wanted to say about all this is anybody who knows John Ammo, and there are people joining the John Ammo revolution on Facebook every day, so just look up John Ammo, you could look me up, and they see my comments, or people who personally know me, which most of my Facebook people do. I've been rocking a Philadelphia Eagles starter, both in green and in black, before they even made a black uniform back in the 80s, back when I was, you know, in the late 80s. I come from the Buddy Ryan, Randall Cunningham, Wes Hopkins, Andre Dirty Waters, Clyde Simmons, Mike Golick, Reggie White, Seth Joyner, you know, Fred Barnett. I come from Calvin Williams, Heath Sherman, Keith Byers era. Now, that doesn't make me an old timer or an old school fan, because certainly there's some of you fans out there who have liked the Eagles longer than I have, because you've been alive longer than I have. But it certainly more than qualifies me as being a diehard Eagles fan. Added to the fact that while all you people are making comments on my videos out there, all you fake Eagle fans, and there are real ones, but all you fake Eagle fans, and you don't have the guts to come step up and make a video yourself. Now, I ask you, who is the real fake fan? Is it me, the guy who has supported a great quarterback from day one since he's came on this team, or is it the Eagle fans who are saying that if I wear a Donovan McNabb jersey next year, I'm not a real Eagle fan? Wait a minute. You guys who have been booing Donovan McNabb this whole entire time are not the real Eagle fans. See, being from New Jersey, I have the unique perspective of having an outsider look of Philadelphia, and that is where I live, by the way, for those who don't know. I do live in Philadelphia right now. I listen to 6:10 a.m. every morning. I see the negativeness that goes on in this town every day. I defend Donovan McNabb in this city more than any city that I've ever lived in my entire life, and it's preposterous, and it's ridiculous, and it's sad. You guys are always looking to point the finger at somebody, and while you should, the finger does not need to be pointed at Donovan McNabb. You're talking about a guy, in my opinion, and I'll make a quick argument about this, is a better quarterback than Dan Marino. While Dan Marino slaughtered McNabb's stats in every single category, including touchdown, yards, you know, whatever completions in a row, you know, whatever Dan Marino's records are. But you know what the one thing that Marino's record pales in comparison to Donovan McNabb? win percentage. Win percentage. There have been plenty of 5-11 Dan Marino seasons. There have been plenty of 8-8 Dan Marino seasons, and there have been plenty of 7-9. We missed the playoffs. Donovan McNabb's win percentage speaks for itself. Every year, the man's been healthy. He's taken us to the playoffs, and he does not get the respect that he deserves. So you want to say, oh, well, Dan Marino, he didn't win the Super Bowl because the Dallas Cowboys were around. Well, not only did Dan Marino not dominate the NFL during the postseason, he didn't even dominate the AFC. The last time I checked, he was getting bounced year after year after year by a guy named Jim Kelly, who I think is a much better quarterback than Dan Marino. Now, why do I bring this up? Because my point is that Donovan McNabb is the best quarterback, in my opinion, who has never won a Super Bowl. I think he's going to follow John Elway's suit, and he's going to win the big game his last couple years. And if we here in Philadelphia ship him out, could you imagine the embarrassment if he wins in another city? You are talking about a guy who has taken the Philadelphia Eagles to 3 NFC championships in a row in 2000, 2001, and 2002 with wide receivers named James Thrash and Todd Pinkston. It's about time this guy starts getting the respect that he deserves. So I said I'm on board with whatever my team does. But this is not ship Brian Dawkins off. And I love Brian Dawkins too. The fact of the matter is, Brian Dawkins is 35 turning 36. I would have loved to have him this year, and I think he would have made a big difference. This is not Brian Dawkins, though. This is Donovan McNabb. And for all you people, all you Eagle fans who called in 6:10 a.m. and voted Brian Dawkins, 75% of you, the Eagle of the decade, you really did yourself a disservice, because everybody knows that as good as he is, back there in the safety spot, ultimately, he's a safety. And you've had a guy now busting his ass for the last 10 years, taking you to eight playoff years out of his 10-year career history, that you guys are still not giving the respect to. So when I come out here and I say, you know what, I'm going to switch my jersey if McNabb starts kicking ass over in Arizona, I'm the real Eagles fan. Because any real Eagles fan would respect Donovan McNabb for what he did, and right now they would be pulling for the Philadelphia Eagles to keep him, and they should be lucky if they could keep Donovan McNabb the rest of his career. You guys want to go with Kevin Kolb? How many times has Kevin Kolb gone in the game already and not won the game and thrown interceptions that have been returned for touchdowns? Do you guys remember in 1999 when Donovan McNabb came in, he won 7 games in a row immediately? Point is if you're a winner, it'll show right away. From day one, McNabb was a winner. Kevin Kolb's not a winner. Mike Vick is definitely not the answer. I'm sticking with Big 5. I'm on the gangrene bandwagon, and that's the way it's going to be. The real Eagles fans want McNabb, and the Negladelphians, you guys need to chill out and give this guy a break. That's the Archives. That's the way it is. Ammo, and he is out.